Welcome back to Money Monday, Horse Racing Today. Terry and I on Horse Racing Radar TV. Hopefully, you had a super Saturday as well with the Saudi Cup. We put all that stuff up there for free, a guaranteed tip sheet on Saturday, and worked out pretty well. So hope that you took advantage of that. Thinking back to the last time we were together on Thursday, Terry, there was that 4-horse race.
Yeah.
We both had that 2-horse last, and I joked, just single that one and do the rest. And, of course, that one came home first. Funny how that works, right?
Yeah.
Hello, Apollo Lopez. How are you? And Char Philly, how are you? Thanks for joining us this morning. And Ramon Albanos. Good morning, Ramon, to everybody. Thanks for saying hi. If you want to say hi, you have any comments, you have any picks anywhere across the globe, kindly share them with us in the comment section. We're glad to have the interactivity as well as the continued conversation. A lot of the stuff that we do on the show is as a suggestion from a comment, so we'd appreciate that as well. Terry, before we get cracking, as always, we got some free picks today over at Guaranteed Tip Sheet. Oaklawn running today to make up for some of those lost days. Had that long shot winner that's going to head off to the Kentucky Derby and the Rebel now in our picks. Today's free track is Turf Paradise. There is a link in the description here on YouTube and hopefully one on Twitter as well. Race number 1, Guayan Tiro de Garcia. Yes, I hope I got that right. And then all of our show data that we're about to bring up, there's also a link in the description so you can pull that down for yourself and take a look at it as the day goes on as you make your picks. Speaking of which, Terry, that's what we're going to do right now. We'll get cracking with Race El Número Uno.
All righty. Well, it's a 5.5 furlong race. Claiming price, $7,500 claiming race. Purse, $21,000 for fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and upwards, which have never won 3 races.
Yeah, 5.5 furlongs favors early speed. 6 of 11 went wire to wire. There's a strong rail edge. 2 and 3 play fair. 4 through 7 have been bad. 8 and out, a big bonus as well. Let's see, are they about ready to get going over there, Terry? You know, we got 2 minutes to go. Fantastic. So with all of that, as I mentioned, we do have our data. Here we have data for race number 1. Terry, tell me, what do you see?
Well, as you can see there, that the 8 and 7 and 6 have the most speeds, especially the 8. If the 8 can get out of there and outbreak those two other horses, it should get that quarter pole first. The 5 has an overlay from the 5's been scratched. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. The 7 has an overlay from I'm in the wrong race here.
8 has an overlay.
8 does, yeah. It's from 3 to 1 to 6 to 1, and the 10 from 9 to 1 to 15 to 1. And then all but the 3 and 8 have par plus numbers, as you can see. And of course, there's 3 of them there right in the middle that have good percentages. What that means is that if your horse, we do 1,000 simulations, and what it comes back to is, like, if you look at the 7, 29.2% of the time, according to the calculations, it should run at par or better.
Which is right here, a 74 speed figure. Yes, sir.
Yep. And then as far as the comfort zone, they all show comfort zone, although one of them pretty low. The 4 is kind of low. The best jockey is number 2, and the best trainer right now in this race is number 5. And the best combination of those 2 is the 2 horse. So there you go.
Indeed. Well, they're headed to the gate right now, Terry. So instead of looking at the pace and all that stuff, let's go ahead and head on over to our picks.
All right. I like number 2, No Fake. Won her last race, Parx Racing. She can go the distance. She has a high percentage winning jockey. Camus, the 6th, my second choice, drops in class, has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 22% of the races when shipping a horse in to compete. Early speed running style will help her chances, so at the shorter distance, and a high percentage winning jockey. Far Too Foxy, the 7, won her last race at Penn National, has a highest last speed rating, has a highest speed figure at today's distance. She has a high percentage winning trainer. 3, Aztec Bay is ran second in her last race, and she has the best dirt speed among these horses. So,
well, they're off and running right now. 7 has the big lead. I have the 6 as my top pick with the 2, 8, and 7. I had 20 to win, 10 to place on the 6 is that class dropper and track dropper from Naira. And they're off and going. Let's see if anybody can run down that 7. Sure doesn't look like that 6 is going to do it, but maybe he will. He's on the move now. 7 got a pretty big lead at 17 to 1. I don't even see the 6 horse there. He's down on the rail. He's going to start his move now. I don't know if he's going to have enough to chase that one down, though. That one is tiring up front. Jockey's looking back to see who's coming. They're coming aggressively to run that one down. Will they get there in time? It's tough to tell. I'm going to say maybe the 8 does get there in time. I don't know that that's not the 8. That is the 1 horse. 5-star Fran. And that's going to go 1 and then 8 and 2. And then the 6 came in late. So my $30, $40, $50 gone right away, Terry. Not the way you want to start. 5-star Fran. Not. That one came home the winner. Let's take a look at 5-star Fran's stats and see what did we miss with 5-star Fran, Mr. Terry. Let's see. 5-star Fran was the 4th favorite in here. It was a maybe -1 horse. All the pace improved last time out. A little bit of a class move up in here. 4th on the total pace. And that was maybe a little bit of a clue. The only P horse, kind of a lowish C-zone. Pretty, horse just ran a race that was unexpected today. That's probably about all that happened there. All right. Let's move off to race number 2, hopefully with a little bit more luck.
Yeah, I'm hoping we do. Anyway, it's a 6 furlong race, claiming race 12,500 on a claiming price. Purse is 23,000 for 4-year-olds and upwards, which have never won 2 races.
Yes, indeed. For those horses at 6 furlongs, what we're looking for there is some early speed, as usual at Parx. 42% of the time, the horse that gets the lead holds the lead to the finish line. There is a rail bonus for Private Cabana. 2 and 3, they play fair. 4 through 7, a bit of a discount. 8 and out, a smaller discount. So it looks like on the inside 3 is the best place to be, particularly if you have a little bit of speed, Terry, in race number 2. So let's talk about which horses have the giddy up and go when they get going.
Well, that 7 shows the most speed and by far, so it should get out of that starting gate, gets that quarter pole first. And then the 2 has an overlay 5 to 2. I'm sorry, the 3 has an overlay 5 to 2 to 4 to 1. The 4 has an overlay from 3 to 1 to 5 to 1. And then all but the 6 show par plus numbers, but the 4 is almost at 50%. Actually, it's at 52.5%, which is a pretty good par plus number. It means that 52.5% of the time this horse is going to eat, and when it races, is going to either meet or beat the par number here, which is 79 in this race. And then all of them show comfort zone. The 3 has the best jockey. The 9 has the best trainer. The best combination of the 2 is the 5.
Got a lot of greens over there. So we also have in here how the horses are performing, if they moved up or down in pace last time out. So all horses last time out, these green arrows, there are horses that are on the upswing. Over here as well, you see which horses have actually hit par for this level in their resumes. So you have a handful that have and a few that haven't. As always, we take a look at how the horses like to run, the pace view, the 5, 6, 7, and 9. They prefer to be on the lead. The 8, that one is a lone P horse, Sesame Street horse, as we talk about, and a couple closers in here. As we take a look at the early pace, we shall see that the 7, 5, 9, along with the 8, pretty competitive early pace in here. The late pace advantage, again, pretty competitive at the end as well. All the numbers kind of in the same zip code. Total pace, well, we do have 2 horses, the 5 and the 9, that are 6 points clear of the next. Usually 5 points is enough to consider that horse at the top of your ticket. Terry, who have you put at the top of yours for race number 2?
Well, I like the number 5, Bustino Santino. He finished 3rd versus similar in his last race at Parx Racing as the favorite, but he has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 31% of the races when bringing a beaten favorite back to race again, and he has the highest speed figure at today's distance, and in addition to that, has a high percentage winning jockey. And then 9, Raleigh St. Clair is my second choice. He comes in from Aqueduct to try Parx Racing and drops in class, and he switches to high percentage trainer. Omaha 8, the 3 is my third choice. Ran second versus similar in his last race. Has the highest speed rating. Last race speed rating. He's actually tied with another horse, and he has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. Stay Funny, the 7th, my long shot. He has finished in the money in 6 races out of 9 starts at Parx Racing, so he likes this track. Winning one of the starts, and he has a high percentage winning jockey. I'm going to play the very first pick 4, Miami Vice, Don Johnson. I'm going to use the 3, 5, 7, 9 with the 1, 3, 4, with the 1, 2, 4, 5, with the 6, 9, $48 ticket.
I start with the 5-2. Bustino Santino is my top choice on that second race, Terry. Has some of the most early speed, has some of the most late speed, has Jamie Ness and Mikel Sanchez. It's usually enough to put that horse in high on your list of consideration. The 4 horse, White Walker, has been off since June. The back class is there. The horse is not in for a claim. So hopefully that's in for a check. Omaha 8, that one's the 3 horse. It's also going to be ridden by Paco Lopez. Does have a shot to be an improved horse in the second start after a layoff. Did show better early pace last out. Then finally, number 7, Stay Funny. Very likely pace setter. Speed has been the way at Parx. My pick 4 is going to start with my top 3 picks, 3, 4, 5. Then 1, 3, 4, 5. Then 1, 3, 4, 6. And then 4, 5. So just go 4, 5 all the way down the ticket, and you probably have a shot to hopefully collect a decent-sized pick 4. Let's go off to race number 3, Terry, and see what this one's all about.
All right. So in race 3, excuse me, it's going to be stretched out to 1 mile, 70 yards. An optional claiming race, $16,000 claiming price. Purse is $25,000, and it's for 4-year-olds and upward, which have started for $16,000 or less, and which have never won 2 races, or a claiming price of $16,000, and which have never won 2 races.
So the profile of a winner at 1 mile, 70 on the main track. Early speed, not surprising. 36% of the time, the horse that has the lead at the first call also has the lead at the final call. Bit of a rail bonus from Missouri River. 2 and 3, touch discounted. 4 through 7, a bonus. 8, and now it's a discounted. So it's that accordion. In, out, kind of like the, remember Popeye with olive oil, in with the good, out with the bad. It's the same way with the post positions. Terry, speed does matter again. Tactical speed, B4 does help out. Let's take a look at race number 3 and see who has the most giddy up and go.
Well, as you can see there, the 4 and the 5 show the most speed out of this bunch, but they all have some kind of speed. But I think that 4 and 5, if they get a good break, they could go head-to-head to that quarter pole. That one has an overlay from 9 to 5 to 7 to 2. And then the only one that can meet or exceed par, according to our data, is the 1. So 35% of the time it could exceed or equal the par number. And then all but the 6 are comfort zone horses. And then as far as the best jockey's on number 1, according to this data for this race, and the 3 has the best trainer. And the best combination actually is the 3 because it has a pretty good jockey as well.
Mm-hmm. Again, if we look at the pace setup here, another balanced race. 3 in the front, 1 in the middle, 3 in the back. The early pace does belong to the 4, a little bit quicker than the 1 and 5, but still, these 4 are pretty similar. After that, a bit of a drop off. At the end, the 3 will be closing. It's got almost a full length advantage over the 2, and then almost a full length advantage over the 5. Total pace does favorite the front runner in there, the 4 horse. 4 horse didn't show a little bit of improved late speed last out. You can see right here horses that are moving up or down in class. The only horse that's moving down in class is Financial District. That one's moving down about almost 3/4 of a length. These other horses with the green arrows are moving up, and these 3 are moving sideways. Jerry, hopefully our winning picks aren't moving sideways at the end. Who's your horse to top the list?
Well, I like the 4 Heat Alert. He won his last race at Parx Racing, likes the distance, and has high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And then Master Mummings is my second choice, number 3. He ran second versus similar his last race at Parx Racing. He has a high percentage winning trainer and switches a high percentage winning jockey. Missouri River, the 1, has a high percentage winning jockey, Paco Lopez, and the rail post is winning at an 18% clip. His best dirt speed is fastest among today's starters. Number 5, Spinning Heart, is my long shot, has a win at Parx Racing and at today's distance. No additional bets for me in this race.
As we saw on our sheet here, Missouri River is the only horse that's hit par so far in its career. So it's shown that it can win at this level. So we'll put that one at the top. As you mentioned, Terry Paco Lopez is riding in the 3rd start after a layoff. Horse also has improved early and pace and fractions in its most recent race. Master Munnings, the 3, that's that combination of Jamie Ness, Mikel Sanchez, better early pace. That usually means the horse is ready to improve some more. Heat Alert, the 4 horse, smoked around the track the last time out. According to Barry Meadows, big wins are usually followed by another big effort. Find the Spinning Heart, the 5, my long shot as well. Should be close to the pace here and probably is the most consistent performer at or near the par winning level for this field. Hello, Jose. How are you? Terry at his best bet right there. How are you? I kind of missed on my 6 horse early on there, but I have another horse that I like coming up a little bit later on in more of an exacta wheel type situation. Race number 4, Terry, is the second pick 4 of 3 for Don Johnson, Miami Vice style. They're going to want 1 trip around the track, and at the end, what's it all for?
Yeah, they are shortening it up to a mile. It's an optional claiming race, $16,000 claiming price. It's a purse of $26,000 for fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and upward, which have started for $16,000 or less, or which have never won 2 races, or a claiming price of $16,000 or never won 2 races.
Yes, only 4 races so far in 2025 to make that 1 complete trip around the track right there. Early speed's done fairly well. Only 1 went wire to wire, but the rest were pretty forward. Outside is a lot better than inside. So Buffalo Girl round the outside with some speed, Terry, in race number 4. Most likely way to get to the winner's circle. Sure does look like one of them is a bit quicker than everybody else in the middle.
That's right. They all show some speed, but that 4 shows the most speed. If it gets a good break, it should go to that quarter pole first. The 1 has an overlay from 9 to 5 to 7 to 2. The 2 has an overlay from 7 to 2 to 4 to 1. And then as far as the par plus, the 1 has the best par plus number, and the rest of them don't really have much. There's some maybes in there, which means that if they have a chance to run better and actually equal par plus number in this race, based on the data that we collected. And then all of them show comfort zones, as you can see there, and they're all pretty nice except for the 1. Excuse me. And then the 6 is the best jockey in this race, according to the data, and has the best stats. The trainer is the 4, and the best combination I would think would be, well, let's see, probably it'd be this. Both of those are pretty even, the 6 and the 4. So
yeah, I think the 1 kind of mixes in there too. Looking at the pace view, you got 1 horse that wants to be on the lead, everybody middle back. That 4 can get out to the front as we project. Loney's got a great chance to go wire to wire. Is the one that's most likely to be the leader at the first call, has the most early pace to boot. At the end, the biggest in-race advantage belongs to the 6 horse, Red-Haired Girl. About a length quicker than everybody else down the stretch. Pretty competitive race in here. Really not a big gap between the top 6 and total pace, although the 1 on that rail, which hasn't won yet, does have the top total pace score along with the simulation favorite, Terry. Who is your favorite?
Well, in this race, I like that 1 as my first choice. Finished 3rd versus similar in her last race at Parx Racing. Her best dirt speed is fast among today's starters. She has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Channel Loop, the 2 is my second choice, has finished in the money in 5 out of 10 starts this year. Won 1 of those races, and she's finished in the money in 2 out of 2 starts at today's distance. She has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer as well. The 4 is my third choice, Breezy Dance. She has a high percentage winning trainer, can improve while returning to dirt, and the shorter distance should help. And then the 5 is a long shot, Love Like Crazy. She ran second versus similar in her last race, and she has the highest last speed rating. I'm going to play the second pick 4 Miami Vice Don Johnson. I'm going to use the 1, 2, 4, 5, 6 with the 6, 9 with the 1, 3 and finish up with the 1, 5, 6, 7, 9, a $50 ticket.
I'm going to begin with the horse Red Haired Gal. That one does have the biggest race advantage, as we saw with that strong late pace kick, more than the length advantage over the rest. Vanellope, the one horse, it's our simulation favorite. I wanted to rank that one higher, but the rail, it stinks. Number 4, Breezy Dance. It is that lone E horse. If it gets out to the lead by itself, its confidence will grow, perhaps wire to wire winner. And then finally, number 3, Zoning Order. If it can run back to the January 14th race at Parx, guess what, Terry? It's a wrap, as they say. My pick 4, 1, 3, 4, 6, 4, 5, 1, 3, 8 over the 1, 6, 7, and the 9 horse. That marks up my picks for the second pick 4. Race 5 ends the first half of this 10 race card. What are they running here for?
All right, so we're going to shorten up to 6 furlongs. It's a claiming race, $5,000 claiming price, purse $18,000 for fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and upwards, which have not won a race since August 24th.
What's a Don Johnson style? So Don Johnson is a great friend of the show, joins us regularly. And there was a point in time where Terry and I took out the pick 4s and he asked us to put them back in. So that's why I mentioned at the top of the show, any suggestions or recommendations or ways that you think we can make the show more enjoyable, let us know in the comment section and we'll implement it. That's the Don Johnson. That's what that's about. And hey, man, there he is, Don Johnson. Speaking of, his ears must have been ringing, Terry, for sure. It's that old wives' tale, right?
Yeah.
So 6 furlongs, that does favor, as we mentioned a little bit earlier on, horses that run fast. 42% of the time, the one that's the fastest in the first quarter mile is also the fastest at the end of 3/4 of a mile in this race. Rail bonus for Caramel, or is it Caramel? I don't know, Terry. 2 and 3 is fair. 4 through 7 a discount. 8 plus a smaller discount. How about in the comment section? Is it Caramel or Caramel? Let me know. What do you think it is, Terry?
Caramel.
All right.
Yeah.
So anyhow, speed does matter, Terry. Let's bring up the data sheet for race number 6 to tell us all about where we can find a horse that is fat. Are we race 5 or race 6?
We're in 5.
Yes, because race 5.
So as you can see there, they all show some speed, but that 4 right in the middle of this group has the most speed, and then the 2 has an overlay from 7 to 1 to 10 to 1. The 5 has an overlay from 3 to 1 to 7 to 2. 7 has an overlay from 6 to 1 to a nice 20 to 1, and the 10 has an overlay from 14 to 1 to 20 to 1. All but the 8 and 10 have good par numbers as far as percentages. As you can see, all the yeses there, and the maybes mean that it's possible for those 2 horses to reach par according to whatever data we've put in there. And then let's see, all but the 8 has a comfort zone, and the 9 has the best jockey and trainer combo. So the 9 should go out there and be very competitive.
So as we take a look at the race shape in here, Terry, we see a bunch of horses that want to be middle back. Again, should favor speed in this case. So early pace does belong to the 4. The 2 pops up in here a little bit. Doesn't show up in that part of the call leader. So interesting about that. Late pace belongs to the 10 and the 5. Total pace 5, 1, 2, and 6. But again, you're of 6 points difference between the top and the bottom there. Quite a few interesting things to note. The 5 horse, Men Did We Stand, better from the beginning to the middle of the end, along with better fractions. Much the same level of racing this time out. You got the 3 and the 4, along with the 7 and the 10, dropping a touch in class, with the 6 and the 8 moving up a little bit in class. Our speed chart here, look at this, Terry. We put this in here. This is each horse's speed figures for up to the last 10 races relative to the other horses in the field. The red dot marks their average race. The top of the line is their best performance, and the bottom of the line is their worst performance. So you can see the 4 horse has a big range. you're looking for the horse that runs the best average, that would be the 6 in here, Terry. Try to provide some very useful information in these data sheets. I think the most useful information, though, is can Terry and Rich pick a winner here? And who do you think that might be?
Well, in this race here, I like the 9, Luna T. She likes Parx Racing. She's finishing the money in 57% of the races here at Parx, winning 14% of the starts. The distance won't cause any problems as she's been in the money 71% of the time and winning 21% of the starts at today's distance. And she has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer as well. And then Jezebel Jade, the 6, is my second choice, finished third versus Tougher in her last race. Her best dirt speed is fastest among today's starters. And then let's see, drops in class today, and she has a high percentage winning jockey. The 5, Mended We Stand, is my third choice, ran second versus similar in her last race, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. The 3, La Tourista, finished in the money in 3 out of the last 4 starts. She has a high percentage winning trainer. She's my long shots. No additional bets for me here.
I'm going to start with the 5, Mended We Stand. One of the things that we see here is the top last race speed figure, 10 points clear of anybody else. That's right here on the left-hand column of our show. And anytime your 3 points or better, Andrew Beyer says, look out. I'm a little concerned because that number is a little bit different than all of the others, that there might be some regression here. But the trainer is 20% first time off a claim, and the horse was better across the board, better fractions last time we saw. So that's usually a pretty good sign. Goldiness, the 4 horse, that's going to be on the pace, Terry, maybe better than the second up, and is our biggest class dropper. Number 6, Jezebel Jade, their third choice, better all across the board from start to finish last time out too, and running at its proper distance. And then finally the 9, Lunati, or probably Lunatic, Paco Lopez, in the money, 10 of 14 at the distance. My only concern for this one, despite Paco and its great record at the distance, is its first up record is at best spotty. I like the 6 in the first race. It didn't really do so well for me, but they got off to a sluggish start. I do have another horse here later on that I'm putting into an exacta key box. I feel pretty good about that one, at least showing up for a decent bet if we can get a good price on the backside. Looks like we're going to get Terry's best bet right here in race number 6. But before we talk about why Terry likes that one, we need to talk about a couple of other things too, Terry. What are they?
Well, you need to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. It's really easy. Doesn't cost anything. Helps us out a lot. And go ahead and mark that or click on that bell, because the bell will then allow you to find out about all our different programs and notify you. And then copy the link below and share it with everybody you know. They can come check us out. Go to our Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Blue Sky, Threads, excuse me, and get at Horse Race the number 2 day, and give us a thumbs up and a like, because that helps us out quite a bit too. The more of those we get, the better tools will be given by YouTube. And then go keep these comments coming and the picks during the shows. We love to see them, and they help us out a lot too.
Yes, any kind of interactivity helps us with the algorithmic scores at Google, YouTube, Facebook, X, all of the above. When the show's over too, in the description on YouTube, not only can you find a link for the free picks at Turf Paradise today for Guaranteed Tip Sheet, we'll also timestamp every race so you can come back and watch them at your leisure. And there's also a link for the data sheet that Terry and I talked about, along with an explanation what all the data points mean, so that you can take a look at that and see how they help you with your handicapping. All right, Terry, let's move to the second half of the card. And what are they going to kick that off with?
All right. Well, in this race here, they're going to go at 6.5 furlongs. A claiming race, $7,500 claiming price. Purse $20,000 for 4-year-olds and upwards, which have not won a race since November 24th.
All right. So let's take a look at the likely setup. Well, at least the profile of the winner. 6.5 furlongs favors Stalkers. 32%. OJ Simpson go wire to wire. There's probably some other 32s out there, but that's the first that comes to mind. Rail bonus, awesome for sure. 2 and 3 play fair. 4 through 7 a discount. 8 plus a bonus. Terry, with 32% of the horses going wire to wire, speed will be key once again. And in race number 6, any that we can key on for that early speed?
Well, you can see there the 3, 9, and 2 all have quite a bit of speed, especially that 3. So, but they could get to the quarter pole first, one of those 3. And then the 5 has an overlay from, let's see, 3 to 1 to 5 to 1. All but the 9 show par plus numbers. And then, excuse me, and then all but the 5 show comfort zones. 4 has the best jock, 1 has the best trainer, according to our stats, and the best combination here is the 1 horse.
Indeed, you do see that very strong combination of early jockey and trainer. Drops in class, not a whole lot, by about a half a length, but still the biggest class dropper that we see here. At our pace setup, a balanced race. 3 on the front, 3 in the back, 3 in the middle. A couple of horses with some pretty high ceilings. Also have some of the lowest floors. Pretty even race, but if you're looking for the horse that runs the best average race, that's Kate's Golden Dude. In the early setup of the race, well, you do have the 9 and the 3 much quicker than everybody else. The 8 horse will be coming the most aggressively at the end, a little bit more than a length faster than everybody else. Our top 4 right here, the 3, the 1, the 4, and the 5, 70% of the time, the winner comes from that grouping. Terry, tell us about your grouping in which you think why Kate's Golden Dude is the best bet of the day.
Well, I like her because she finished in the money at 7 out of the last 8 starts, and she won 3 of those races. Very competitive horse, loves to win. His best dirt speed is fastest among today's starters, and he has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Awesome for sure. The 1 is my second choice. Has won 4 races out of the last 6 starts. Drops in class today. The rail post winning at a 20% clip. He has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. Sal and Louis is the 5. Has finished in the money in 3 of the last 4 starts, winning 1 of the races and running second versus him in our last race. Copperhead Creek is a long shot. Number 7 likes Parx Racing, been in the money 67% of the races, winning 22% of the starts, and has drops in class. I'm going to bet 30 win on the 3, a $5 exacta key box 3 with a 1457, and a $10 exacta 3 on top with a 1457.
I have the 1, 3, 8, and 4, but they're often running in race number 2. The 7 horse, Stay Funny, the one we thought would get to the lead, is on the lead, being chased right now by the 5 and the 9. You also have the 3 horse back there in third or fourth. That one seems to be coming the quickest. The question is, can they run down that 7? I don't know if they will. Right now, it looks like they probably won't. The 7 continues to hold the lead with the 3 and the 9 giving chase. They make their way through the turn, and it looks like it's going to be who's coming right now. It looks like the 9's going to dart inside on that 7 and try to go by. The 3 horse is moving the best late. The question is, can that one catch him at the end here? He's coming hard. The 7's kind of coming out to herd that one. Don't think he's going to be able to still hold him off. The 3, easy winner. It's going to go 3, then 7, then 9, then the 4. 3, 7, 9, and 4. That is your order for race number 2. So fortunately, we're both still alive in the pick 4, and the 3 horse looks like of the horses that went off that we had a chance to win with was probably the best odds for you and I to get started there, Terry. So let's hope that we can make our way through the rest of the pick 4. Again, for me in race number 6, I like the 1, the 3, the 8, and the 4. For me, the 1 horse, awesome for sure. Better in the second start after a layoff. Strong on the rail. Horse is always well backed. Kate's Golden Dude, very likely to be on the pace. Early pace and fractions were better. Last out. Liberty Star, strong late pace advantage. Rallying for a piece of the pie late. And then finally, JW's Mischief, the 4. Last race was better than it looks. All of the numbers were better from start to finish. Let's see if we can get through the last 4 races, Terry, before race number 3 starts. In order to do that, let's go through the conditions.
All right. So in this 7th race, we've got 1 mile and 70 yards, claiming $15,000 claiming price, purse $28,000 for 4-year-olds and upward, which have not won a race since November 24th. Claiming races for 12.5 or less are not considered, and which have never won 4 races.
Did I say bet? Boy, I feel like I know that moniker from somewhere, Terry. Who is Did I Say Bet? For a mile and 70 yards. I think, is that our good friend Charles? Is that who that is? I think that might be who that is. Race number 7, 1 mile and 70 yards. Early speed does great. 36% of the time it goes wire to wire. There is a rail bonus, 2 and 3 discount, 4 through 7 bonus, 8 and out gets discounted again. So we're looking for some speed. Seems to be a common theme here at Parx in race number 7. Terry, and today it looks like we got one that's a great chance to be on the front.
Yeah, that 5 shows a lot of speed, but they all have speed, and the top 3 horses there are pretty close to one another. So I think it's anyone's guess who gets that quarter pole first. The 5 also has an overlay from 3-1 to 8-1, and the 7 has an overlay from it's not the 7. Let's see, that's not an overlay. I guess that's it, just the 5. Mm-hmm. Oh no, the 6. 6 have an overlay from 5-2 to 6-1, and then several of them have par plus numbers, but the 1, 3, and 1, 5, and 6 show the best par plus numbers. And then 9 is the best C zone, followed up by the 1 and the 5. And then the best jockey, according to the data in this race, is the 9, the jockey on the 9 and trainer. So that's the best combination during this race, as you can see there.
And you don't see really a true front runner in here. The EP types, they can pilot or co-pilot. P's one of co-pilot. 9 can be pretty much anywhere on the track. Bunch of other closers. I would say this will probably favor a horse that's middle forward. That's the case. What you're looking at here, again, the 5, 8, and 9, they're going to be there. 5 has more than a 1-length early speed advantage. I think the 5, if we can bet who's going to have the lead at the quarter mile marker, minus a stumble or some kind of goofy stuff, I would suspect the 5 will get out first. The 11 will be coming hard at the end. Really pretty tight picture in there, too. Your top total pace to 4, 5, 6, and 7. Those middle horses a touch better than everybody else in that mix there, Terry. And really only one moving up in class here. That's Group Hug. A whole bunch of other horses dropping in class. Small drops in class, but nonetheless facing an easier field. And pretty much only the 2 horse so far hasn't managed to get a race on its resume close to par for this level. The 7 horse also needs to improve today to hit the par for this particular condition. Gary, who's going to be the one that brings home the top prize?
Well, I like the 9, Check My 6. He likes Parx Racing. He's finished in the money 63% of the time here, and he's won 18% of those starts, and the distance won't cause a problem. He's finished in the money 88% of the time, winning 26% of the starts. In addition to that, he has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. You better be joking. The 7 is my second choice. He finished in the money in his last 6 starts. He won 2 of those races, has a high percentage winning jockey. Then the 5, Tycoon, is my third choice. He won 5 races out of the last 8 starts, so he likes to win. Finished in third versus similar in his last race, and he has a high percentage winning speed rating. And then number 6, Assembly Point, won his last race at Parx Racing, and his early running speed style will help his chances. I'm going to play the last Miami Vice pick 4. Don Johnson, 1, 5, 6, 7, 9 with the 3, 6 with the 1, 4 with the 4, 5, 6, 8, 12. That's a $50 ticket.
I forgot to check my 6 too. Paco Lopez is my top pick. Small class drop in here. The pace and the fractions were better, so I expect Paco to get more out of this horse today. Assembly Point. This horse, last time out, ran more than 2 seconds faster. Anytime I see that, I like that. And this horse is making the classic third start after a layoff, so we might even see him cut the time some more. Number 1, Lucky Dude. Third up, Kendrick Carmouche riding this guy on a strong rail. Faster last time out, despite going longer. And then number 7, You Better Be Joking. It's upped its speed figure in the last 4, but it is one of the few horses in the race, as we see in our data, that's yet to hit a par speed figure for this level. So it's going to have to run better than it has run in quite a while to top this field. Can get it done, though. No question about that. My pick 4 for this race, if I can remember which button to press. Looks like too many buttons to press nowadays. 1, 6, 9, 1, 3, 4, 6 with the 1, 4, with the 5, 6, 7, and the 12 horse to close it out. Speaking of closing it out, when the show's over, Terry, shortly afterwards. We'll post all of our picks right here in the front of the screen. You'll see a picture of Parx, a headline. If you click on that, you'll see all of our commentary along with the race replay. It'll be right here. You can watch the show again right there. Again, in the description, we will put all of the race timestamps in there for you, so you can come back and watch race number 4, 7, whatever, at your leisure. Just click on that tile. It'll take you directly to that race. And while you're here, I promise you the spring is coming, Terry. It's going to be 50 in Chicago. I see a good friend of mine lives in North Dakota. It's going to be 70 degrees in North Dakota. You know what that is, Terry? It's T-shirt weather.
It is.
You know what's funny about that? My heater broke, right? Last week we talked about that. And in the house, it was like 54 degrees. I was telling my son what's funny about that is we're in the house freezing at 54. But as soon as it's 54 outside, we're going to be out on the golf course talking about how warm it is, and we can't wait to get outside. But you can get yourself a Horse Racing Today T-shirt. Whenever I wear this one, I always get compliments. I don't know if it's the shirt or me, but go about and get yourself a Horse Racing Today T-shirt. You can personalize it any color scheme that you like. That's what's here. You put your name on the back. Heck, you could put Terry's Best Bet on the back if you like. We'll leave that up to you. For the next 2 days, you get free standard shipping, and you'll find a link to that again right here on HRT Gear. There's also a link in the description on YouTube to help support the show in that fashion. All right, Terry, 3 races to go. Race number 8 starts that list. Take it away.
Okay, well, we're going to stretch back out to 1 mile and 70 yards. Optional claiming race, $25,000 claiming price. Purse is $32,000 for 4-year-olds and upward, which have started for a claiming price of $25,000 or less, and which have never won a race other than a maiden or a claiming, or which have never won 4 races, or a claiming price of $25,000, and which have never won 4 races.
Yes, in case you haven't heard, they've not won 4 races. To get that 4th win, you're looking for a horse that does have early speed. Again, at 1 mile 70, we talked about a little more than 1 out of 3. They win the race to the quarter-mile marker. Heck, they win the race all the way around the track. A rail bonus for Smoke Wagon. 2 and 3 get a discount. 4 through 7 a bonus. 8 and out a discount. Terry, speed, particularly on the inside, most useful there. In race number 8, do we have any speed on the – I got to press the right button here – on the inside? There we go.
Yeah, we do the 2, but that 5 has a little more speed, so they could go out together and go to that quarter pole together. The 1 has an overlay from 5 to 2 to 4 to 1. 2 has an overlay from 4 to 1 to 6 to 1, and then all have nice par plus numbers, except for the number 5 is a little bit lower, but everybody else is in the 40% or higher. And then the 1 is the best comfort zone number by far. It's way up there around 72%. 4 is got the best jockey according to our stats for this race. 6 has the best trainer. Best combination is the 6 with that good trainer. So
yes, indeed. In case you're wondering what comfort zone is, we take our projected pace, 1,000 simulations, and then we compare our projected pace to the horse's best effort or best efforts. And in this case, the way that this race shapes out, Smoke Wagon, 72% chance that this race is going to look a lot like when that horse ran its best comfort zone. In fact, the horse that won the Rebel, I forget its name right now, but it was the 1 horse yesterday. That horse had the top comfort zone by a pretty wide margin. I think he went off at 11 or 12 to 1. That's why he made our picks, and I didn't see too many other people that had the 1 horse in their selections for the Rebel. Our early pace does favor the 2 horse, but yeah, look, Terry, you mentioned all of them pretty competitive. Early pace says it'll be competitive. Late pace, the 4, 1, and 6 separate themselves from the rest of the pack. The 1 horse in here, Smoke Wagon, about a length and a quarter quicker than everybody else in terms of total pace, so could be a margin of victory about a length and a quarter. Everybody wants to be middle forward. Really aren't any true closers in here, so everyone should be tightly packed. Those late pace numbers should have a difference. Not surprisingly, the 1, 4, and 6 lead the late pace. They lead the total pace. Who leads your picks?
Well, in this race here, I like the 6. Double your money. He has won 2 races in a row, goes for a hat trick now. His best dirt speed is fast among today's starters, tied with another horse, and he has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. 3, Mo Rewards, my second choice. he ran second versus Sumner in his last race as the favorite, but he has a high percentage winning trainer. Wins 31% of these races when he brings the beaten favorite back to race again, and his best dirt speed is fastest among today's starters. He's actually tied with Double Your Money. The 4 Ike's Gamble is my third choice. Has finished in the money in 5 out of the last 6 starts, winning 3 of those. And he has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. Prince Colton, the 5 is my long shot. He ran second versus Sumner in his last race at Parx Racing, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. No additional bets for me as I'm out of money.
So Jesus Mendoza, if you're south of the Texas border, then GRTV. So Google that GRTV for horse racing, and you will find that they have an app where you can watch all the races. You can also open an account with the offshore type stuff or wherever you can make your bets. A lot of times you don't have to fund the accounts to be able to watch the races. So, William Hill or Bet Us or any of those types are good places to open an account and watch the races. I have the one horse here, Smoke Wagon. Our Did I Say Bet? I'm pretty sure is our good friend Charles. He thinks the one horse can go wire to wire. I think he's got a good shot to get to the front too. Hang on, that's my pick right there. Smoke Wagon, top total pace 7, top par plus horse. Should be a lot better in the second start after layoff. Double Your Money, the 6 horse. Kendrick Speed, a match made in heaven, especially for this track. Ike's Gamble, the 4 horse. Paco Lopez, the last 2 times Paco rode this horse, it was a winner, Terry. 3 consecutive speed figure increases in a row. Again, Barry Meadows, his book, Skeptical Handicapper. I call those alpha angles. Wins at 15% or more. And then speaking of Mo Rewards, Jamie Ness, Ruben Silvera, highly consistent performer. Same fractions last time out, despite going 70 yards longer. I felt like this race was wide open. So I don't think you might get a prohibitive favorite in here. I don't know. But I'm going to bet a $3 exact key box 1 with all. So as long as the one finishes first or second, it's a winning ticket. And I'm hoping for the biggest odds horse to be the other one in that mix. 2 races to go for the late daily double, starting off in race number 9. Terry, your turn.
All right. Well, we're going to shorten up to 6 furlongs, and it's a claiming race, $25,000 claiming price, purse $32,000 for fillies and mares 4-year-olds and upward, which have not won a race since November 24th. Claiming races for $16,000 or less are not considered, or which have never won 4 races.
Yes, 6 furlong speed and more speed. 42% of the time, Mariano Rivera. I think he was 42, maybe he was 41. I don't know. There's a rail bonus for Terrace Talent. 2 and 3, they play fair. 4 and out, a discount. 8 and out, a little smaller discount than 4 and 7. But inside 3, especially with speed, that's the place to be, Terry. Is there anybody that wears a 1 or 2 or 3 that has any speed?
Yeah, that 5 shows lots of speed compared to all the other horses who all show a little bit of speed. But that 5 is almost triple most of these horses as far as the data goes. So get out of there good with that jockey making a good decision. Should get that quarter pole first. The 3 has an overlay from 5 to 1 to 6 to 1. The 4 has an overlay from 3 to 2 to 5 to 2. All but the 6 show par plus numbers, and especially that 4 has a really nice one. And then all but the 1 show comfort zones. And then according to information here, that 6 shows that it probably has the best jockey according to the data in this race. The 1 shows it has the best trainer. But what's funny is the 4 has the best combination of the 2.
Yeah, and the 4 is also dropping in class, as is the 2. True phenomenon. Everybody but the 6, ET's Moon Maid, has a par race on their resume. So you know they can hit this level. The 6 did show improvement, both in terms of pace and fractions last time out. Usually a pretty good sign. Looking here, you see the speed figures are pretty evenly distributed, although the 3 horse, AG&C, has the most upside in the race, although the 4 horse, the highest average speed figure for this group. All the horses want to be middle forward, Terry. This race should be hot. 5 horse will be up on the lead. We see that here in the early pace as well. The late pace, the 4 horse in that one, Dream Chaser, the one that we see as a simulation favorite, a little bit more late speed than the rest. The 1 horse grades out as the top total pace horse, along with Terrace Talent grading out as the top total pace horse. It also ran a speed figure 6 points higher than the next closest horse last time out. Maybe that one horse is the one you should have at the top of your ticket.
And I agree with that, as I do have as my top choice, Terrace Talent. It's won her last race at Parx Racing. The Rail Post winning a 20% clip or 22% clip, and she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey, so marks off a lot of boxes for this race. And then the 4 Dream Chaser is my second choice. She ran 7th in the last race after having trouble in the stretch as a favorite, but has a high percentage winning trainer, with 31% of those races when bringing a beaten favorite back to race again. And she has a high percentage winning jockey. True Phenomenon, the 2, is my third choice. She has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Her early speed running style will help her chances, so she can improve at this shorter distance. And then Renee's 6, the 8, is my long shot. She likes Parx Racing. She's been in the money 57% of the time here, and she's won 14% of the starts. The distance, at today's distance, she's finished in the money 100% of the time. So she really likes this distance and won 40% of those starts. No additional bets for me, as I'm out of money.
Terrace Talent, that top last race speed figure 6 points better than everybody else. The resume says will be better in the second round after a layoff. Dream Chaser, the 4, Sanchez, Ness again, dynamic duo, is our simulation favorite. Also the biggest class dropper, just 1 or 2 in the field. Renee's 6 in the money, as you pointed out, Terry, 10 of 10 at the distance, should be forward. Also has a little bit of late giddy up and go as well. AGNC, all of the race internals were better from start to finish last time. For the 3, did hold its speed deeper into the race and also improved its pace from gate to wire. I'm all out of money too. Last race of the day for you and me today. We'll be back tomorrow for Parx. Wednesday and Thursday, we will do Gulfstream Park. There will not be Foreign Friday this week. I think Foreign Friday will return next week when Tom gets back from pitchers and catchers. To make sure you don't miss Parx tomorrow, Gulfstream on Wednesday and Thursday. Terry, there's one really easy thing you can do.
Yeah, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Costs you nothing. It's easy to do. Hit the bell so that you're notified about all the different programs we have coming up. There's lots of them. A lot of times we have special programs, and you want to be notified about that. Go ahead and copy that link down below. Share it with everybody you know. And then go ahead and go to our social sites at Horse Race, the number 2 day. Give us a thumbs up and a like. And then keep these comments and picks coming. We really enjoy to have them there. And it also helps us out with our algorithms.
Dave, man, we were wondering where you were for so long, my friend. Glad to see you here. We're more happy to see that you are fine. We did not know what happened to our good friend Tafum. In race 10, they will run 6.5 furlongs, Terry, as you mentioned, right? No, you haven't talked about this
No,
yet. So
I haven't talked about it. Well, it's 6.5 furlongs. It's a claiming race, $15,000 claiming price. It's a purse of $28,000 for 4-year-olds and upward, which have not won a race since November 24th. Claiming races for $12,500 are not considered. And then all which have won 4 races.
Yep. Another one of those 4 race things in there, Terry. But we do know in 1,000 simulations, who we think will get the lead and so forth. And that'll be important in race number 10, because horses that get to the lead, they win approximately 32% of the time. They get the lead. They keep the lead all the way around the track. There's a bit of a rail bonus for this runs for you. 2 and 3 play fair, 4 through 7 a discount, 8 and out. They get a little extra juice in there, Terry. So be on the inside, be on the outside, but most importantly, be ready when the gates open. And who's the most likely to do that when they get started?
Well, look here. They've all got good speed or some speed, and they're pretty close to one another. It's an anyone's guess race who gets to that quarter pole first. And then that 3, or let's see, what is it here? 3, 10, 12. Well, the 10 has an overlay from 7 to 2 to 12 to 1. The 12 has an overlay from 5 to 2 to 7 to 2. All but the 2 show par plus numbers, and there's a couple of them that are pretty darn nice, like that 8 has a 60%. So that means 60% of the time it should equal or exceed the par number in this race, which is the 85%, or 85, I mean. And then all of them have comfort zones, especially that 7. And then 5 has the best jockey. 7 has the best trainer in this race, according to the stats. The best combination, both the 5 and 7 are pretty nice combinations of trainer and jockey.
Now, it looks like trainers and jockeys. There's a lot of green in here, too. 12 in their own Burgundy getting in the mix as well. So you see most of the horses in here dropping in class, running on cue. That's the biggest class dropper, dropping about a length and a half. So a little bit easier after showing some better early fractions last time out. This race is heavily weighted towards the front. A lot of speed in here. Bunch of pilots and co-pilots. I would want a horse that's close to the front, but also has a little bit of late speed. If that's the case, the 7 horse in here, Olimeister, about a length faster than everybody else. You mentioned, Terry, competitive race. Look at these 5 horses here, all within 4 points of each other on total pace. Really a pretty wide open race to end the day. And hopefully it's not too wide open when it comes to our picks, because we both think the same one's going to win.
Yeah, I like the 12 Rome Burgundy. Ran second versus similar to his last race, which is a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Running 1 skew. The 8 is my second choice. It finished the money in 8 out of the last 9 starts, winning one of those races and drops in class today. Tatum, the 5, is my third choice, has won 3 races out of the last 5 starts, and he has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Noble Gaston, the 6, is my long shot. He's won 30% of his starts at Parx Racing, drops in class today, has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. I'm all out of money, so I can't make any other bets.
Yeah, we got Rome Burgundy. We got Kendrick Camouche. Missed by a neck at this level last time out. Speed gets that outside bonus. Number 7, Olimeister, has a late speed advantage over the rest of the field, as we saw, more than a length. This one gets off to any kind of competitive start. Might be hard to hold off at the end. Tatum, Paco Lopez, third after a layoff. Some race issues last time out, so maybe Paco cleans those up. And then finally, Noble Gaston, the 6 horse. Jamie Ness, Mikel Sanchez. Cannot overlook that horse running at the lowest level that it has in the last 10 races. And here are our full picks. We both missed out on the 1 in the opener. The 3 horse, our third pick, the one that made the winner's circle last out. The 7 finished second. That was a nice exact. I think it paid $54, and then or 45, something like that. The trifecta had the 9. The superfecta had the 4. The one that we both thought would win didn't show up. So stay away from our winning picks today, folks, and look in the back half. Race number 3 and down. Here's how we see the rest of the card there, Terry. Before you and I go, once again, free picks, a guaranteed tip sheet. You can get them for Turf Paradise a little bit later on the day. In the description on YouTube, we will timestamp it. All of the data that you see here from our data sheet, along with an explanation of what everything means, is available on the description in YouTube. Just click on that link. You'll get it. You'll understand what all of this does, and it will help you, I'm sure, find better winners or more winners, maybe some better long shots, and maybe also some horses that could be extremely difficult to beat. Any final thoughts from you, Terry, before we head up and out of here and get ready for Parx on Terrific Terry Tuesday?
Yeah, everybody needs to stay safe and give their loved ones a hug and a kiss, and just have a great week, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Indeed. No matter what you're doing for the rest of this Money Monday, we certainly hope it is blessed with God's favor, God's grace, and every single thing that you do until we meet again finds its way to
the winner's circle.
Yes. See you on Terrific Terry Tuesday tomorrow.